Okay, so continuation of what we were doing previously, creating our portfolio. We are going to be working on the sidebar now. We are going to be working on the sidebar now. All right. So this is our HTML code, and this for our CSS. All right, and this still the output. You can see it. Okay. So here I'm going to be giving it a class, and we'll say sidebar. Then inside it, nav links. Let's say nav hyphen links. No, sorry, this is not what we want. All right. So we have this nav element inside this aside, and for this aside we give it a class sidebar. Then for the nav we give it a class nav hyphen links. All right. So these are the links that we want. Remember, for now it is a button. We are going to be using JavaScript to make this button work as a link. All right. We don't want to use that normal href and all that. So I'm going to paste it here. Okay. So let's go back on our work. Let's see. Now you can see H checker here. You can see it here. So it's at the top. It's in the work, but it's on this. Our header is covering it. Okay. So let's come to our CSS here, and we can add a comment, and let's say sidebar. All right. So dot sidebar to target the sidebar, which is this. So first of all, let's say the position should be fixed. All right. So you can now see the sidebar here. And let's give it a width. Let's say the width should be 300 pesos. Then let's give it a background. Background color. Let's use the same hex code for it. Let's say hash a. Where is it? All right. Or we can change it for now. We can just do something else. And okay, so that you'll be able to see it. Later, we'll not change it to get the same color, or we can just leave it or reset the color anyhow. All right, so let's continue. So we'll now say height should be, let's say, calculate 100 VH minus 60 pesos. Alright, so let's see. There should be a space. Okay, so we have this. Alright, then there's a space here, and let me check my header. I want to cross check something. Okay, so the height for the header is 30 pesos, meaning this is what, 30 pesos. So I'm going to come here and let's say the top. Let me just do that. The top 30 pesos. So you're just going to give only that space for this. Okay, this is 30 pesos. Okay, let's adjust it to let's say 60. Okay, all right. Okay, we gave the height 30 pesos. We also added padding that made the height to be more than that. Okay, so 60 pesos. Okay, that's worked for us. Um, so we can add the overflow property in case our links are more than this. So let's say overflow y auto. All right. So if our links are more than this, it's going to give us a sort of a kind of it's going to give us a scroll bar. All right. Then we'll go back here. We have our nav links. Our nav links. All right. So we are going to bring these nav links down a little bit. So let's say margin top. Let's say 20 pesos. Let's see. All right. Okay. So this button came down. Remember, the nav links is holding all these word buttons. All right. Okay. Then we now have the word button. So here we'll be saying dot nav links, then button, meaning the button that is inside what this class. All right. So we're saying display should be blocked. So it's going to what attain the full width, or we are going to be having what only one button per row. All right. So display block. Okay. Then margin top. So each of the buttons should have a space, a margin space. All right. So margin top. Let's say 10 pesos. Okay. Let's say the outline of the button should be none. Border should be none. Then let's say background on set. So we remove the background. See, we remove the background of the button. Then let's say font size. Font size should be let's say 16 pesos. Let's see. All right. Then padding. Let's say padding 10 pesos. Okay. Then let's see font family. Poppins. All right. Let's maximize. Let's see. Okay. So we have this sidebar here. All right. Then you see our content is at the back. So I'm coming. Okay. So we can the class name that is holding this our content is known as content. So we can push it to the right hand side. We can say the margin left should be. Let's go to the content. Let's see. You can say margin left. can say 300 pesos. It will feel like, so you can see we still have the we still have it. All right. You can see it. So if you want your sidebar to just be fixed and you like something like this, you can do it. But for me, I'm going to be removing this because this sidebar is not going to. We are going to be triggering the sidebar. All right. So I'm not caring if this sidebar is covering the text for now. It's covering our content for now. So I don't want to bother about that because I want the situation whereby when we click on this, it's going to pop up. So by default, the sidebar should not be here. All right. So except when we click on this hamburger, then the sidebar should be able to come out. All right. So if by default the sidebar is not here, meaning we will be seeing our full content. All right. Okay. So let's continue. So let's give an over effect to these buttons here. So let's say dot nav links button over. Then for the over effect, let's say the background. Let's use an S code. Let's say hash 2726. Let's see 626. All right. Then width should be 100%. So let's see it. Okay. So the width now 100%. You can see. So the width is 100%, and let's say transform scale, and let's scale it 1.1. So it's going to give a kind of sort of or a sort of zoom effect. Okay. You can see the when I over each of these buttons, they are going to the text inside is going to be enlarged, or it's going to zoom. That is the work of scale. It's going to scale up. You can see. All right. And let's say transition. Let's say 0.3. Sorry, 0.3s. All right. So the cursor, we should change the cursor to pointer. All right. So you see, cursor now is now what? Is now a pointer. All right. Then we can say color should be white. So when we over it, the color should change to white instead of black. That is it. That it is right now. All right. So let's see. All right. Okay. So let's maximize this and right. So if you come down here, be looking at this place here, you'll be seeing the work of our overflow, of the overflow property, the overflow Y. So you can see. So it's used to give that scroll bar there. Alright, on the Y axis. If the Y axis expand, it's going to give that scroll bar there. Alright. Okay. So now we are going to be doing the toggle function, and for this button here that we'll be using to toggle the sidebar. This is the button we'll be using to toggle the sidebar. Alright. So I'm going to be adding an on-click event and on-click. Then let's say sidebar. Alright. Then yeah, I'm going to be adding a script for it. So let's say function, the function name sidebar, which we created. Alright. Remember, this is our function name sidebar. You can see it here. Sidebar. So when we click on this sidebar button, you should be able to call this function for us. Alright. So yeah, I'm just going to be saying document dot query selector class list dot toggle alright. It's a very simple code. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be querying the sidebar. Let's see, where's the CSS? Look at the CSS here. Let's look for the sidebar. So you can see the class name here, dot sidebar. You can see the class name here, sidebar. Alright. So yeah. So dot sidebar. Then we are going to be toggling it with another class. So let's say sidebar, the new class will be, let's say sidebar mode. Alright, sidebar mode. So if we click on that button, it's going to add this class. It's going to add this class towards this class. Then if this class is already added, it's going to remove it. Alright. So let's go to our CSS and yeah, let me add a comment. Let's say sidebar mode. So sidebar mode. Alright, sidebar mode. I think that is the yes, sidebar mode. So when this sidebar mode is being added to this sidebar, it should give it these rules that we'll be adding. So let's go back here first of all. Alright. So now for this our sidebar here, we'll be saying the left should be, since the width is 300 pesos, if we say the left should be minus 300 pesos, we are going to, you can see we are not saying the sidebar again. So what it does is that, minus is the negation of it. So since the width is 300 pesos from here to something like here, if we say minus 300 pesos, it means it should go inside of this our words. It's still in this web page. The code is still in this web page, but it's not going to be displayed in this content. Alright, it's not going to be displayed in our web page because we now make it to be to be invisible. Alright, so the minus is going to move it inside. Alright, it's going to move it inside. If we say if we use 0, it's still going to be out. You can see it's going to be out. So it's going to this left side is going to make this left side 0. Alright, so this left side is going to be 0, and 0 is the starting point. So 0 starts from here down to here, which is 300 pesos. So from 0 to 300 pesos. Alright, so if we say minus 300 pesos, it means we are counting now from this place, which is 0, alright, down to the inside, alright, down to the inside, and not from 0 this side. This side is positive. From here to here, this is positive. Then from here, inside is what? Negative. Alright. I hope you understand this. So let's say minus 300. So we are hiding the what? The width entirely. Alright. So if we toggle this, so when the sidebar mode is being added, when we toggle it, it's going to make the left now 0 pesos. Alright. So let's see. So let's come here. You can see 0 pesos minus 300 pesos, 0 pesos minus 300 pesos, 0 pesos minus 300 pesos. Alright, it is what? Very simple. Okay, so I'm going to be adding a transition so that it does not just pop up just like that. Let's say transition 0.3 seconds, is in, out. Alright, so I have a video also on how to create sidebar. So you can go also to check on that. So you can now see the effect of this transition. Alright, so when we click on it, it's not going to just pop up once. Alright, it's going to come up slowly based on the seconds we gave it, based on the time. Alright, so if we say here 1, so let's see, you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to be using 0.3. Alright, so there's still something else. So when we pop this up, our content is supposed to adjust a little bit for it. Alright, so this our content is supposed to adjust a little bit for the sidebar. Okay, so we'll be treating that also. So first of all, let's go to our script here, and I'm going to be duplicating this code here, and here, remember the class for the content, the class for the main is .content. Alright, okay, so we are targeting what? The main using the class name, which is .content, which is content. Then we are what? Toggling this class also. So by default, we do not have this class being added to this. Alright, so when this class is now what? Added to it using the sidebar, using the button, we are now going to what? Create a rule for it. Okay, so here we'll be saying .content .sidebar -mode. Alright, so when the sidebar mode is now what? Added to what? This content, we are now going to what? Give it a rule. So since the width of our sidebar, where's the sidebar? Since the width is what? 300 pesos. Alright, we'll be saying margin left should be 300 pesos. Remember, the sidebar is coming from the left hand side. So margin left 300 pesos. Alright. So once we click on this, immediately the sidebar is coming up to attain its 300 pesos width. This one is giving it a space of 300 pesos also. So let's see. Now you can see. Alright. So I'm going to be adding the transition effect also, so that this one will not just shift automatically. It's going to give it the same transition effect so that they are going to move smoothly. Alright, so that they will move smoothly. So yeah, you can copy this. Then come here, paste it also. Alright, so let's see. Now you can see. Alright, so you can change both of them to, if we say 1, so you can see it. So we can change it, let's use 0.5. Okay, so this is when the sidebar mode is what being triggered, and when it's going back, you see, just go back once. All right, so let's also handle that. I'm just going to copy this transition effect here, and let's look for the defaults. So for the sidebar, let's give it that transition also. All right, then for the content, same thing. We'll be doing same thing for the content. Let's look. Okay, here. All right. So let's go back. And you can see. You can see. All right. Okay. So we are done with this sidebar. We are done with the sidebar. So we'll now be in our next class or in the next video. We will now be what working on this what icon here to toggle light and dark mode. All right, to toggle the modes for us. Okay. All right. So you can see. So the button, this button is going to what this button that will create this function here is going to what trigger what this it is used that button is going to call this function for us, and inside this function we just have these two lines of code, and this document of query selector sidebar is used to target what this class sidebar, and we are toggling what this class also to it. So it's going to what add sidebar mode to sidebar, and this sidebar mode is already in sidebar. It's going to what remove it. All right, and same thing for this. We are targeting what this the main using the class, which is what content, and it's going to what add this sidebar mode to it. If it's not there, then if it's there, it's going to what remove it. All right, then if this sidebar mode is added to this, so it means it's going to be what dot sidebar, then dot sidebar mode. Remember, the sidebar mode is a class. Okay, so here dot sidebar mode, the left should not be 0 pesos, then transition, then for the dot content dot sidebar mode, the left should be what the margin left should be 300 pesos, then transition also same as this. So remember, the width of the sidebar by default is what 300 pesos. So if we say margin left 300 pesos, we are going to we are giving it a space from the left hand side of what 300 what pesos. So when the sidebar is popping up or when the sidebar is coming out, the content is going to what give it that space. All right, it's going to give it that space. Okay, all right.